Yo, what is going on, everybody? Zerktic here with another Assassinate match featuring InfamousTemplar. Really quickly, I have to shout him out again. He just recently uploaded his 350 subscriber special, which is a montage titled The Ploptage. Now, for those of you who don't know, a plop stun, as me and Infamous call it, is a stun where you run up a wall and then drop back down and stun them. So it's that version of a reverse drop stun. Infamous was the first person I ever saw to do that version of a reverse drop stun. I'm not saying he's the first person to ever do it. I'm not saying he's the one who invented it. Don't go saying in the comments, oh, I did that first. I don't care. I'm just saying Infamous was the first person that I saw do it. And he did it, and it was funny because his character just, climbs up and then plops to the ground and then stuns them. So me and him called it a plop stun. So he titled his recent montage a ploptage. So for those of you who are confused by the title, that's what it means. But anyway, yes, check his channel and that video out. But anyway, topic of discussion today is AC4 has been announced. And it is titled Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flags, I believe. And it seems to have a pirate theme. And it also is rumored to be Haytham's father as the main protagonist and the assassin. And I saw some box art, the cover of some box art. It's pretty cool. But a lot of people are up in arms. They're like, oh my god, they're uploading. Hello. They are releasing another Assassin's Creed game in 2013, so it's now going to be a yearly release. It's been like that for the past, 3 or 4 years now. And people are up in arms about that, and they're really upset. And they were kind of disappointed with AC3. They thought that the Connor was boring, the story was boring, and now they're rushing into another game, and a lot of people are getting upset and all that stuff. And I have my own opinions on that, and I will get into that in a minute, but I do want to kind of review, I guess, my history of the AC single player, starting from the beginning. So AC, the original AC1, with Altair, I really, really enjoyed. I know a lot of people say it was repetitive, and hell yes, it was. It was ridiculously repetitive. But I found myself still enjoying it. It was the first game ever for me that I ever experienced where I could interact with the environment and free run the way Altair did, and kill the way he did, silently stealth, hide in bland groups or specific bland groups. Only was it only the monks you could hide with in AC1. But yeah, it was a first for me. Even though it was repetitive, I still found myself doing speed runs, trying to kill the different assassination targets and stuff like that, trying to kill them in different ways. And how a real assassin would do it and all that stuff. I would just try to be as creative as possible because I really enjoyed that game when it was out. Now that other AC games have been out, it's really not that good anymore. But yeah. Then AC2 came out, and that was amazing. The story was amazing. Ezio was an amazing character. He was relatable. He was funny. He was cool. He had swag. It was just all around awesome. Gameplay wise, it was awesome. It was just the setting, where it took place, the people you run into and meet during this time period. It was just awesome all around. And then Brotherhood I really liked the fact that Brotherhood introduced kill chains, where you could now fight and chain your kills, and how Ezio was now more of a master assassin, and they introduced the Brotherhood mechanic where you can call upon your assassins to do your bidding. That was fucking awesome. And of course the multiplayer, but I'm specifically talking about single player in this Comm, or at least this part of the Comm. And then Revelations came out, which I really, really enjoyed. Revelations single player. What really ruined Revelations single player for me and made it my second worst AC game as far as the campaign goes is the den defense. I hated it. It almost ruined the entire single player for me. I hated den defense in the best way. I mean, fucking hated den defense. But yeah, besides that, I really did enjoy Revelations, and I wasn't too keen on the hook blade either. But like I said, besides that, I enjoyed Revelations single player. But yeah, those are just my quick reviews on the AC campaigns. But my thought process on, and obviously AC3, I didn't go into that. AC3 I liked. A lot of people, I probably liked it more than most people. A lot of people thought it was boring and all that, and I that is true. To me, American history has always been pretty boring, and I'm American. I hear about it all the time. But so I don't know why. It was kind of boring for me. It was cool to meet the figures, the historical figures that you listen about or you learn about in history class, but I still wasn't I don't know, it was kind of boring, I agree. And Connor wasn't the most likable character, but I understood why he was the way he was, so I wasn't upset that he was like that. At least it was real to him, you know? He may not have been the most interesting character, but it wasn't fake. It wasn't, like, exaggerated. It was how he should have been, you know? But, yeah, I enjoyed AC3. I loved running through the frontier and, you know, all that stuff. It was a good game, I think, personally. I know a lot of people weren't too keen on it, but I still enjoyed it. Is it my favorite? Absolutely not. Do I give it a bad rap? Absolutely not. But yeah, those are my opinions on the single player campaigns of AC. Now, my thoughts on this new AC4 info being announced. I like the setting, if it is, you know, in pirate setting and all that stuff. I really like that. I like that it, you know, if it has the possibility of being Haytham's dad, that is fucking awesome. I can't wait for that. I like it overall, and the article that I saw, it was actually to be released in the first quarter of 2014, which I'm sure is going to be pushed back because AC games have normally been released in November. So I'm assuming this is going to be a 2-year type of thing. It'll be 2 years after AC3 that this game is released. I'm at least really hoping so. I do agree with everybody that's saying this annual release is getting really ridiculous. I completely and totally agree with that. I hope it isn't released this year. I really do. I hope they just concentrate on the bugs in the single player of AC3 and the multiplayer especially. If they were to fix AC3's multiplayer and all the bugs and everything, I'd play this game still. I'd still consistently play it. Granted, it does have this tendency to get boring, even when it's not being all glitchy and shit, and I can't really pinpoint why that is. It could be the characters, it could be the setting, you know, the maps. I don't know. I like the character. It's weird. I do like AC3 single player a lot more than Revelations and everything, but I hate to say it, but Revelations did have somewhat of an addicting quality that AC3 doesn't seem to have, and it's kind of weird. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't think anybody can. But I just hope that it gets fixed. It's the type of game that I know I can find different ways to continue to enjoy myself as long as there aren't any bugs and shit like that. But that's just how I feel. But when AC4 got announced, and I'm assuming there's going to be multiplayer, I could care less if there was or there wasn't, honestly, to be 100% honest. Either way, it's fine with me. I know other people have different opinions, but I'm more of a lackadaisical type of dude when it comes to the AC franchise. I will buy it regardless. I'm that guy. I'm that asshole that will buy the game no matter what. You could release it every 3 months and I'd still buy it just because I love this. I like it. I just like it that much. I don't know. I'm weird like that. But yeah, so when they announced AC4, I was thinking about the multiplayer, obviously, and I was thinking about, I always go straight to Assassinate when I think about how the game could be changed. And the reason for that is because a lot of people, you know, say that Assassinate is where the game is broken and where the game is made. It's like where all the good and bad happens, you know? It's such a unique game mode. It's such a controversial game mode. And it's the only game mode where the players really recreated it in a way. For the most part, it was definitely intended to be a stealthy game mode, and it certainly is not now. But the one thing I was thinking about is in AC4, what they should do with Assassinate. Now, this idea may be totally out, you know, from left field, totally retardedly stupid, and you can call me on it. I don't care. You can say this is the dumbest, most idiotic idea you ever heard, but I have to express it. I have to tell you guys. I have to, because if it goes unheard, this may be, you know, potentially amazing. Anyway, what I was thinking of is completely eliminating stuns when it comes to Assassinate. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Assassinate is supposed to be just that, right? Assassinating your opponent. Okay. Now, what do you have to do to get a stun? You have to surprise your pursuer, be it with a corner stun, a reverse drop stun, a normal drop stun, or running around a corner, hiding in a blank group, and then your pursuer running around that same corner, being confused, and you punching them. Or you have to render your opponent immobilized or disorient them in some way using your abilities. Firecrackers, smoke, knives, whatever. Those are the ways you get stuns. Now, in Assassinate, let's say you do those. Let's say somebody locks onto you, right? And you run around a corner and you're looking for a corner stun. Instead of actually doing a stun animation, you'd kill them. It wouldn't be a stun, right? Now I know you guys are probably thinking of thousands of different ways of how this will not work, and it probably won't. I'm just throwing this idea out there. Maybe you guys can probably elaborate on it or make it better. But I'm thinking of a way where Assassinate is constant killing. Now the point structure that I was thinking of is if you get what I'm calling these counter kills. Instead of a stun, you'd get a counter kill. So if somebody runs at you, you throw a smoke bomb, and then you do something called a counter kill. You would only get 200 points for the kill. It would be called a counter kill. You get 200 points for that, and then you get only a reckless bonus. You can't go any higher than a reckless because you've been totally exposed. So you would basically only get 250 points for this counter kill. When you are the one that has been locked onto, when you are the one trying to get the counter kill, you can't use poison on your target, you can't use gun on your target. You still have all the same properties of being the target. However, if you surprise your pursuer and would get normally a stun, instead you'd get this 250 point kill. I don't know. I just thought it would be a cool idea. Maybe you guys can make it sound better or do something to make it sound better. And also separating... Oh, no, you wouldn't need to. There would be no stuns. So you would have, just kill streaks. I don't know. Maybe you guys can think of something. I just thought of this random ass idea, and I thought it would be cool to share it with you guys. It could be the stupidest idea in the world. You guys may hate it, but it's just an idea. I'm just spitting it out there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Let me hear your opinions, your thoughts about AC4 and this Assassinate idea I came up with. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.